It's no secret to anyone that Nintendo hates its own fan base, but my god man, just when you think that they couldn't get any worse, they dropped this stink bomb right here. A couple of months back I made a video on the PS5 Pro and how stupid it was, and Nintendo looked at that and said, boy, that's some rookie shit, we can do way worse. Nintendo Switch 2 is the worst console reveal of all time, and here's why. For starters, Nintendo Switch 2 will cost $450, and it's not just the fact that you can get a PS5 for that price on sale, it's also the fact that they don't even give you an OLED display with this thing. Even the cheapest Android smartphones today have an OLED or AMOLED display, but this $450 console doesn't, even though its own predecessor got refreshed with one. Nintendo Switch 2 still has an LCD display. But why is that, I hear you ask, my beautiful subscriber? Well, you see, if they gave you this basic ass feature right now, they won't be able to sell you a refreshed version of the console later for even more doubloons. There's also the fact that there has been no mention of stick drift, even though the Nintendo Switch 1 was notorious for this issue. Hall effect joysticks are such a basic ass feature that you get with pretty much every third-party controller these days, but these mega corporations refuse to include it because tech like this is designed to break over time so that you are forced to pay for replacements.
This is business!
But all of this bullshit doesn't even compare to what Nintendo is doing with the actual games on this platform. You know how day one video game sales are the lowest they've ever been because gamers are still not able to come to grips with the fact that games now launch at $70 even though most modern games don't even deserve half of that amount? Well, in typical Nintendo fashion, they yet again said, we can do way worse. Nintendo Switch games will cost $80 digitally and $90 physically.
What?
Keep in mind, that's just the standard edition of a video game that we're talking about here.
I know that sounds bad.
And Nintendo is a company that is notorious for selling a decade-old games for full price to this day. Also, while most other companies give you free upgrades to the next gen edition of their games, with the paid upgrades being $5 to $10 at max, Nintendo wants you to spend $20 to upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Nintendo Switch 1 games.
But wait! There's more!
That is still not enough. It still gets way worse. Those $90 physical games I mentioned earlier are not gonna be physical games at all.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What I mean by that is, unlike other consoles where you get the disc with the data on it when you buy a game physically, the cartridge that you will get inside the box of a Nintendo Switch 2 game will not hold any game data. What it will hold is a key that gives you a license to the digital edition of that game from the Nintendo eStore. So for the Nintendo Switch 2, even if you buy a game physically, there is no more game sharing with your friends, no more buying pre-owned copies, and most importantly, no more owning what you paid for. Nintendo saw awareness being spread amongst people about buying physical media to preserve and actually own what you pay for, and their first move was to figure out how to ruin that as well. This is yet another attempt by an evil-ass corporation to take power away from the consumers. Just like the Ubisoft CEO expressed years ago, they don't want you to own anything you buy.
You'll own nothing and be happy with it, bitch!
You know, Nintendo, for a company that treats piracy like it's the devil itself, you sure can't seem to stop providing people more and more incentives each day to pirate your games. Oh, and I can still keep going. You know the whole game chat thing for which they literally added a dedicated button on the controller? Well, to use that basic ass feature, which is definitely at least a decade behind Discord at this point, you are required to pay a subscription fees to one of the worst online video game services known to mankind. Welcome to gaming in 2025, people, where even buttons on a controller are locked behind a paywall. Every time your hand slips and you accidentally press the game chat button on the controller, Nintendo will pull up on your screen like,
Give me rent!
But forget even that. You know about those tutorial demos that modern consoles have which are used to introduce new players to the features of their new console, like Astro's Playroom on the PS5? Well, on the Nintendo Switch 2, you need to pay $20 for that introductory demo as well.
This is fucking bullshit, okay? These fucking assholes, these
fucking assholes! The fuck is their problem, man?
I swear, man, we need to give this company the Ubisoft treatment because they desperately deserve it. This is not just about fucking over the retarded bunch of sheep you have in the name of consumers on your own platform. It's about setting a precedent that over everyone else as well. Now that Nintendo has done this bullshit, if it turns out to be even remotely successful, you can bet your ass other companies will try to hop on this bandwagon as soon as possible. It's the same thing that happens when Apple decides to remove basic ass features like a headphone jack and charger in the box. Their sheep audience still flocks and dives headfirst into consumer hell to buy the same phone again on day one, and other companies see that and go like, hey, Apple got away with it, so we can too. That's the worst part about all of this. There are Nintendo stands out there, and these overgrown babies will still defend this evil ass corporation with their lives. Nintendo fans are in a
Toxic, dysfunctional relationship.
where their partner genuinely hates them to the core, but they can't stop throwing money at them. I swear to God, man, if I see anyone still supporting this company after all the straight up heinous shit that they keep pulling over and over again, I just automatically know they're an idiot. Don't support this anti-consumer nonsense. Don't buy this already outdated piece of shit from a corporation that hates you with every fiber of their being. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.